Hey there, welcome back to Farmcraft. I'm John, and we're working on a pond. Last week we started with clearing trees and brush and lived through a hailstorm, and then started pushing topsoil off of the site. The topsoil we're going to save for other areas on the owner's property. And then I cleared below the dam as well. Now we got to get this topsoil out of here. You can see by all the dust that it hasn't rained in quite a while. Things are really dry, and that's exactly what you want when you're building a pond. Mud is not your friend. Alright, so I've got it in park. This engages the PTO, so now it's in neutral, when I let the gear out, now it's turning the hydraulic pump. I've got to put the bed in dump position. So now the tailgate's free, and then you pull this to dump. was right around this time that I completely forgot about this camera. Which fell into the bed and remained forgotten. In reviewing this footage, I can't definitively see the camera coming out of the truck, but it's in there somewhere, and we do eventually find it. If you're curious, it's a GoPro Hero 9, tough little cameras. Well, it just rained for 40 days and 40 nights. It actually held up pretty well. Okay, it wasn't 40 days and 40 nights, but it was 4. And like legit, 4 days straight. It did nothing but rain. If you're ever in a drought, dig a hole. It'll start raining. Yeah, sometimes I wish that was true. Anyway, I had really hoped to be further along than this at this point. But it is what it is. Right now, my goal is to get this dozer running right. So the current status is it's not running well even after cleaning the screen. Kind of has me worried. So I have a screen filter that's going to be able to hold a lot more particles than that little tiny one. And I'm going to put that in line before the screen that's there on the incoming fuel line. And hopefully this is going to solve that problem. And then I'm also aware that there could still be fuel in the lines. It's possible. Injection pumps just don't pump air. So even if it's running, but not running right, it's possible that one cylinder is just sitting there with an air spring in it and it's airlocked. It's not pumping any fuel to one cylinder. So I'm going to clean everything out, install that filter, blow out all the lines, make sure there's no crud where, you know, it's gotten somewhere else causing a problem. And then I'm going to bleed it real well. And hopefully this thing's going to run like it used to. Funny to say on a new machine, or new to me machine. All right, let's get to work. It's crazy, the internet's made it so that stores... Back on the tank. That screen actually doesn't look that bad. Yeah, it's got junk in it. All right, so right down here, this hose is rubber. And I'm 99% sure it's 1/4 inch, but it doesn't have any writing on it. Yeah, that's gonna do it. I had to order this filter. None of my local parts stores had it for a 1/4 inch fuel line. All right, it is on there, and I may end up replumbing these things, like if I'm having to change that out frequently, but I don't think I will. You don't have to change the filter. You can unscrew it. You can take it apart and just get the junk out. I'm taking the other fuel line off just to make sure there's no debris or anything clogging this primer pump area. Don't lose that copper washer. That one. I think I'm just going to put it back together and we'll try bleeding it. I'm going to go turn the fuel tank petcock back on. Yeah, nothing happening yet. Wouldn't really expect it to. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to crack loose here and see if that will bleed to that point, just with gravity feed, because the fuel level is a good bit above that. A little bit. Now we've got this primer pump here. Yeah, that's working. See, the filter's got plenty of fuel in it. It's dripping there. Okay, so now into the injection pump. I'm actually not sure if I can bleed these lines with that or if I have to get the engine cranking, but crack one and see what happens. Maybe crack all four of them and see what happens. Don't think so. Oh, maybe. Look at that. Wow. All right, so there's that one. And this one. All right, so now, is that adequate or do I have to go to the other side and bleed it all the way to the cylinder? On the other side, gonna do it right. I wanna see this thing work. Nice. It's bled. The only thing I didn't do was blow out the hard fuel lines, but I think this is going to do it. No time like the present. I'm going to crank it till I see a little smoke, then I'm going to glow plug it, and we'll see if this thing's back in action. All right, there's some smoke. Oh, I hope this thing starts. Moment of truth right here. Really? Like seriously, I bought the thing, it was running like a top. I use it for 4 hours and now the engine, it just won't run. Major work needed. Man, they sold that at the right time. I don't believe it. I need to blow those fuel lines out. I bet you there's crud in something. All right, I'm gonna give this thing a little help. A little whiff of ether. If it is fuel, this should tell us real quick. Yeah, it's not getting fuel. So the new fuel filter is totally full of fuel and it's not leaking. So that's good. Come on, baby. Work those kinks out. You should start. So this is the last of the good topsoil. There's still a little topsoil left, but it's going to be mixed with clay when I push it off and won't be as good for a garden. The dam is going, the dozer is pretty much laying on the dam, but it's going to be a 3-to-1 slope on both sides, so I need to go quite a bit that way, and that's just a big mess. So I want to doze all that and kind of clear it out, get it flat, and get it sort of uniform so that I can get ready to start cutting a keyway for a dam. So let's get to work. So I've come into what I guess someone probably, all their spare rocks they put right here, because this is just a really rocky area in contrast to everything else around here. So I don't want that. That's fine for the toe of the dam all the way on the edge, but I certainly don't want that in the middle of the dam. This thing needs to be solid clay and sealed so that it doesn't leak. You don't want gravel in it. So I'm just trying to push all that and keep pushing until I get to nice solid dirt. See, once you get up here, the rocks are gone. There's one right there, so I'll push a little bit more, but yeah, I just got to clear all that rock out of there. So I don't know if you can tell, you know, I'm, boy, 5 feet down right there and I'm still hitting rock. And you just don't want that in the middle of your dam. I'm kind of tempted, because it almost seems like it's not that wide of a strip, that if I can dig down and just make that my keyway, that would be all right. But that pushes the whole dam that way, and it starts to really drop off there. It also starts to widen out, and that's not great. So I think I could get away with a keyway right here if I can make sure that that's going to work. If that's just going to stay rocky and be a big mess, I think I want to come up the hill and get away from it, so that it's not in the middle of my dam. So I'm going to come in here with the excavator and we're going to dig down and see what the heck's going on with this rock. We'll throw all the rocks that way and try to get to some good dirt, and then decide exactly where is this dam going. Then we can start focusing on a keyway. Since I'm sitting here talking about keyways, the idea is you want to get down to good clay. You want to get good subsoil everywhere that you're putting your dam. And then right smack in the middle, you want to dig down at least a couple feet, depending on the size of your dam, maybe more like 3. And basically, so the bottom of the dam will be horizontal, down, over, up, and over. So that water doesn't have a straight shot to try to work its way under the dam. It would have to do this whole thing. And if that's all packed in there with clay, it's just not going to leak. At least that's the idea. So let's see if I can get this rock thing sorted out. All right, so that wasn't ideal, but not too bad. I did get down to good, kind of solid shale base, but that's too far. That's too far that way for that to be my keyway. I need to bring it over here. So I think the keyway is going to be like something like that, like right where that tripod is, right there. And it doesn't need to be that deep. I was just trying to get below the loose rock because the water is going to find its way through all that gravel to get out. But I got down to either clay or solid base rock that if I pack clay on it should seal pretty well. Plus it's on the downhill side of the dam. Most likely water won't even reach this spot. I think it's going to be fine, assuming I don't get into trouble up here. So, yeah, now we can look at actually cutting the keyway. Well, that soil is a lot rockier than I was hoping for. This is a big job. Let's put it that way. Well, I must say I really wanted to be further along than this by now, but the rain and the dozer had other ideas for me. So next week we're going to knock out this keyway, and then we're going to carry on with trying to build this damn dam. See you next week.